I tried to do live on the other phone and whatnot, but it disconnected before I even made it out of reach of the router. So that means because I got control over that phone and whatnot. So if they don't want me to do something, they just shut me off. So I'm gonna try this. I don't know if the phone and the live and whatnot will go that far. And I'm trying it with, like I said in the other one, my headphones. So I can see if they pick up audio and whatnot. Although it's looking like they might have shut off the. No, they didn't shut off the Bluetooth. That was very nice of them. Thank you. But, yeah. We're gonna go out and sit on my hammock, like I was saying. And, see what happens, because I feel like playing the guitar. Because I watched this topless lady. She wasn't topless at first, but she ended up topless. And she was very good. Very, very good. And so, yeah, it inspired me to go play the guitar. Trying to find, trying to find, trying. Sorry, it's a absolute mess. And I got Woozer. Yeah, some weights, some books. You know. I'm looking for my flashlight. Don't remember where it is. Do not remember. Right. For anybody that doesn't know what Woozer is, it's a cool thing I invested in when they first started up. I think that's actually not one of the prototypes, but I invested in the prototypes. It was pretty dope. But then they decided to not Woozer, but the ones that are the ones that don't like me doing stuff. They took away all my recording equipment and stuff. And when they did that, they took away Woozer. Because Woozer's cool. It's a vest that has speakers in it. So the body feels the vibration of the music with the binaural beat and whatnot. Very, very cool. I don't know if when I turn it cuts off because the motion sensitivity is very sensitive. Doesn't look like I'm finding my flashlight though. So I'm just gonna have to be in the dark, I suppose. That's sad. But I want to play outside. I guess we'll just sit here in the living room. My house is nice. Apparently they shut off my headphones. So that's fun. My house is a mess. So don't pay no attention to that, yeah? And I don't think the sound's gonna be as good in here. And I can't smoke either. Well, this is just detrimental. This, fuck it. I'm gonna set something up. I'll be right this instead because they're really doing everything they can to make sure that I don't. Now, what did I do with it? I had my headphones, and then I shut them off. And then I put them away. I did not. Okay, must find headphones then. To plugs them back in. You know what I'm saying, right? Because if I don't have them in the future, then I don't know. I don't know what just happened to them, right? What a bloody crime, right? It's like they just vanished and thin air. And if I can't find them, then that means I found them. Good job, Daniel. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah. So, you know the guy with the puppets? I don't remember his name. He had the Bone Man. I would quote the Bone Man, but he'd probably turn into something stupid or something. I know. But the Puppet Man that throws his voice and it's like, alright, let's see how I'm gonna do this. Yeah. First off, it's a little stupid friggin' phone. Let's see. Let's set this here. Get this here. And a little bit of this here. I wouldn't mind having a fight, but it's like 2 o'clock here, and they're still doing everything they can to watch for my mistakes. And apparently, doing a campfire at night would be a mistake. At any rate, I'd like to just sit here and talk to y'all, but I don't have much to talk about, you know. I do, but at the same time, it's like if I don't have anybody interacting, there's no point in conversating. That's the way I see it. Because I've said everything multiple times. And then they shut me down and erase it all and all that good stuff. I'm on Blueski right now. It's an interesting. Or at least I think my posts are getting posted. I can't confirm nor deny because I'm on my own whatchamacallit, my own page, I guess it would be, account. So I can only know that I can see it on my account. I can't know if other people can see it on other servers. So, you know, that's like Instagram and Threads. The Instagram all got deleted, but like the one that I don't actually do anything on and tried to disconnect because a lot of people hacked into my stuff and it wouldn't let me disconnect. In Threads, it won't let me on it to check my messages and stuff, but it's still active. I just can't go to it. So sorry to all the people on Instagram and threads. I haven't been ignoring you, and I didn't die. It's just that they shut me down. But at any rate, we're gonna just like chill for a minute. I used to talk about stuff, but then they tell me I'm complaining, so I stopped talking about stuff. I used to try to make moves and whatnot, but then they shut down all my platforms that I could talk on to explain stuff. So now I just kind of try not to die, basically. Sorry, it looks like somebody came all over my door. It's messed up. I'm gonna check in a minute to see if it's outdoors or indoors. It almost looks like bird poop, but that's a pretty crazy angle for bird poop. Almost looks like spit, but that'd be some pretty thick spit. And I don't know who spit on me. You know? Then there's the deja vu scenario. I remember this moment, but I don't remember it at the same time, which means all that good jazz, if you know what deja vu is. Reliving moments after death, the moments you were supposed to die, parallel dimensions, alternate timelines, and all that good jazz. Infinite universes of making different decisions in order to stay alive from the past timeline. All that good jazz, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember TED Talks? TED Talks were fun. I used to watch those a lot. One of my exes got me into TED Talks. I gave her credit for teaching me the guitar, but she didn't really teach me. She just got me motivated. She used to transcribe though songs that she was really good, really really good. But she knew what happens when they go on YouTube. When you go on YouTube, it's like invisible societal something, and I don't want to say contract, but you might have to read when you sign on to YouTube and become a creator what the contract actually says. But I was told once the flies on the wall, enjoy the flies on the wall. Meaning, you enjoy watching other people, and people enjoy watching the watching. So you got the watchers that watch the watchers, and then you got the people that make the content. And there was the whole thing a while ago that everything on YouTube is public access basically. You can have copyrights and all that good jazz all you want. But they literally go onto YouTube to find. You seen the movie Antitrust? Well, Antitrust was about the introduction of fiber optics into society. And the moguls at the time that would take information from the geniuses working out of their garages, trying to make a better future, and the moguls would install the fiber optics to get direct access into all their information on a live stream type of deal. And then they would kill them, basically. Or send, like, handlers, for lack of a better word, to go in and keep control of them and guide them in the way that they're supposed to go, so that the moguls can use the knowledge and whatnot. It's advanced a lot more since then, but they usually kill people if we're talking about that. That's why I'm surprised I'm still alive. And when I think about it, I tell you what, life is an interesting conundrum. It really, really is. Especially once you learn about it. That's why. That's why, like, I'm not sure on a lot of things, but I know how the universe works and all that good jazz, like down to a molecular energy level. But because of the fact that they don't want you to know that stuff, they like to hide it and make sure that if you talk to the AI about it, they like to tell you you're wrong and whatnot. And hopefully, I just downloaded Grok, which is funny because Grok is like the gorilla from Batman. And I have Chat GPT, and I pay for it so that I can have more memory and whatnot. I reprogrammed it at one point. It was really, really smart. And then they made it stupid again. And it seems to be better now. It's still contradictory as all hell. But very liberal and very bureaucratic. Focuses more on the words that you say and making sure that you get the correct vocabulary rather than finding the common ground and understanding the context. And you can say it's AI, that's what it's designed for. But my previous version of ChatGPT took into context what I was saying. And then calculated based on previous conversations all of the different diagnostic vocabulary terms in order to make sure we were on the same page. Now it just tells me, you know what, you're wrong. You used the wrong word. So that throws off everything that you said, even though we were on the same page until that happened, you know. And by liberal, I mean liberal leftists, not saying liberals and leftists are all bad, just saying that the higher education systems and whatnot focus more on having proper terminology than they do on understanding the concepts behind the proper terminology. And considering proper terminology isn't even proper because depending on where you are in the United States or the world, words mean different things. So you can go to one scientist and a word means something. You can go to another one and it means something entirely different. So depending on your education, it's divide and conquer is all it is, really. You know? Because it's the Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel is what it is. They built the Tower of Babel according to the Bible to get to heaven. And then God got mad and destroyed it. because they were trying to get off of Earth by getting basically the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Sorry, old movie joke. But when I was in Colorado or Wyoming, some guy built his home about 40 stories up, and the home was only about, I don't know, one room. Picture the biggest room in your house, like your living room, like the size of a bedroom, and then built it straight up. And he would just build it up and up and up and up, and then he fell off and died. It was a pretty cool house, though. I don't know if anybody's allowed in it, but it was a classic story to hear about it. Every time we drove by, it brought back memories. I'm just me. I have my agreement with the universe and God and Earth and all that good jazz. Y'all can laugh at me and say that's not true, you're crazy, all that good jazz. But if you knew, you knew. If you don't, you don't. If you know, you know. Nothing I can do to convince somebody that doesn't want them to be convinced and is not open-minded enough to listen. And that goes to Republicans too. See, this isn't a left, right, or middle thing. This is a humanity thing. That's all there is to it. Yes, I support Mr. Trump and his administration, and I prefer more on the Republican side, but putting so many regulations on things. But then if you go to the liberals, it's a little tricky because it's like the Republicans are the straight and narrow, but not at the same time. They're the ones that want to fight for America. The liberals are like the ones that are free willy-nilly and just want to live life and enjoy it and all that good jazz. And enjoy being into I don't know, they don't even really enjoy being in the spotlight. They were the hippies of the day. Back in the 70s, I guess the liberals would be hippies. And then the leftists, the Democrats. I don't like to call the leftists and Democrats the same thing, though. Because Democrats and Republicans and liberals, those are all terms. And you can believe things differently. The reason I go with Republican is because I'm against killing your own babies. And again, like I've talked about, in certain circumstances, I would agree. But understanding what the far left, not the Democrats, but the far left teaches as a construct of body autonomy means that you get the right to cut off your child's penis and call a male a female and then kill the baby before it's born just because you didn't feel like having it. That's pretty messed up. And as for Big Pharma and all the bullshit they put people through, it's absolutely insane because of all the terms that they give people, the bureaucracy. You don't have a choice. Once you get labeled, they can tell you anything they want and you have to comply because anything you say, there's a term against it. Like the 7 stages of grief or addiction. If you're an addict, if they term you as an addict, which, by the way, an alcoholic is anybody that drinks more than 2 times a week. So for all of the and by 2 times a week, I mean anybody that drinks more than 2 drinks 2 times a week. So by medical calculation, majority of the left, majority of the liberals, majority of the Republicans are alcoholics. It just depends on if you get caught with the DUI and have to go to rehab and whatnot. So yeah, they can all get on that one. So yeah, the medical book that they base most of the terminology on is from like the 50s and whatnot, and majority of the information that they base that on is from the mid to late 1800s, when they were studying psychology and cellular biology more on a realistic level instead of the crazy whatever they call it they got going on now. Once they started doing all of the like cloning and whatnot, that was when it all went to hell, because then they started playing God and deciding what normal people should know and what they shouldn't know. And that was after World War II, when Project Paperclip came into play and all that good jazz. At any rate, I rambled long enough, and I imagine I'm gonna be in a hell of a lot of trouble for this. But I guess if I see you again, I see you again. If not, have a good life, you know. Try not to die.